that you have to do all this job. We have to take advantage of it. To bridge this skill gap, similar to Germany, SMEs can have own institution when there will be nice blend of theory as well as the skill development. But the output will be a skilled manpower capable of contributing, not actually a office clerk. Focus on few products and excel on them. This is very, very important. We cannot be actually master of everything. We have to be master of only very narrow range of products, and we can do it. Invest energy, money on innovation, product design and product development and process improvement. Work with the institution to improve quality, efficiency and productivity. In fact, institutions also look for such opportunities, but we do not have much of actually dialogue and things where the institutions and the industries can work together. Explore innovative way of raising fund rather than depending on government sources, including the bank. And of course, once whatever little say fund that we are able to raise, we should not really waste that money in doing all unnecessary, non-value-added items. This is, I think, what actually Mr. Dey told here. That is the route actually which we have to follow if we have to really succeed in this sector. Thank you very much. Before actually finishing, one or two small things which I would like to say, which are related to not SMEs, but maybe micro SMEs, that is small units. West Bengal had a lead in many areas. For example, we are the first to have a chemical industries in this country. Today, West Bengal is not having any chemical industries. Not that actually the chemical industries are all expensive. Most of the developments which has taken place in Gujarat, Maharashtra, here the chemical industries have contributed a lot. We should be able to do it in a small way. We had the first pharmaceutical industries in this country, Bengal Unity. Today, our presence is zero. Though we are the gateway for the drugs to the whole of, let us say, East Asia and Southeast Asia. But we don't have any of these things. Not that they require actually very huge things. Most of the things actually they do is packaging and some formulation. And here is actually a situation that where our, educational institutions have also failed. We all dependent on, so the solving those type of problems which are of theoretical nature, and maybe hoping that someday it will lead us to give us, Nobel Prize. It's okay, they're fine, but they are of very little use. For instance, most important thing that we require is for pharmaceutical industry is a very strong organic chemistry and natural chemistry batch. Today, these are actually not the main focus. Possibly you could do something. One more thing which I'd like to say, Bengal is actually known for Bangla pata, pan, okay? And which is suited for, let us say, Jarda pan. We export a lot of this thing from Bengal, which is of the order of something like maybe about 500 crores or so, to other places like Bombay and Delhi. And what do? They smoke this pan, then produce the so-called that white pata pan, which is having much longer life, and they are exported to Middle East. This can be done in very simple way by smoking. Remove the chlorophyll. You want to really go for further value addition? Out of this, actually, you can simply dry pan and you can produce dry pan. It has got a huge market. We don't do it. Further value addition, you can actually extract essence out of it. And this is actually very, very useful for the perfumery industry and other places. This is simple thing I would like to say. Similarly, we are leader in tea. And what are you doing? Actually, this tea, somehow do little bit of say processing and, sell it. But from tea, you can really have large number of value-added products. And these are not at all very expensive. What is required is a little bit of knowledge input. So, what I wanted to say, that these are the things which we have to focus. We were at one point of time leader in textile. Our Howrah Bazaar used to provide all these things. Today we are nowhere. For two reasons. We are still saying that we'll depend on Murshidabad silk, this, that, etc. But we are not actually focusing on technology and how we can very fast improve this, the output and productivity. Then we can be leader. Our people need not have to learn anywhere else. So, friends, these are actually some of things which I wanted to share with you. And thanks to Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry for giving me an opportunity to talk to you. And thank you for your patient listening. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen and friends, we had such a meaningful address from Professor Acharya, which included an in-depth discussion on German SMEs. Appropriately, Bengal Chamber of Commerce today has a tie-up with the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce for our Center of Excellence for MSMEs. May I remind all our MSMEs once again that we are having a Center of Excellence for MSMEs in order to solve their problems. Their problems of processes, their problems for products, their problems for... It is really for them. Please take whatever help you need from the Center of Excellence. It is there for you. May I thank all our speakers who have already spoken and who will be speaking right through the day. I am not taking any names lest I miss some. I would like to thank all our sponsors. I would like to thank the section of media who is present here. I would like to thank all the MSMEs, including the participants, who had given fantastic presentation yesterday for the MSME Award for Excellence. I also thank the judges who were there yesterday for the MSME Excellence Award. I would like to thank all the committee members of the MSME committee, of the Manufacturing and MSME committee, Secretariat, not mentioning any name. It is really from Shubhodip to Sayantan. Each one of them. Each one of them. And finally, I am really thankful to each one of you, all our guests today, for making this a success. Let us look forward to some intense knowledge sharing throughout the day. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We would conclude this inaugural session by presentations of mementos to our distinguished speakers. I would request Mr. Devkumar Basu to present a memento to Dr. Damodar Acharya. I would request Mr. Abraham Stevenos to present a memento to Mr. Satyabrata De. And to Mr. Indrajit Sen. Thank you very much. In a couple of minutes, we are running beyond time. In a couple of minutes, we would move on to the next session. We have several sessions during the day, very interesting sessions, and we would request you, the session moderators, to keep their sessions within the allotted slots. We commence session 2, the theme of the session being opportunities for MSMEs in steel sector. We have two stalwarts from Tata Steel, and the session will be moderated by Mr. Bimal Sarkar. I would invite the speakers of the session to please come on to the dais. Mr. Bimal Sarkar, former Managing Director, Emirates Steel Casting India Private Limited, and Senior Member, Manufacturing and MSME Committee of the Bengal Chamber. Mr. Sanjay S. Sahni is the Chief of Marketing and Sales, Branded Products of Tata Steel, and Mr. R.K. Singh, Chief Procurement Officer, Tata Steel. I would request Mr. Sarkar to take over, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all, and once again, welcome to this annual conclave of BCCI MSME Committee. As you know, we are running quite behind schedule, so we'll try to justify our session within the limits, and if possible, we can save a few minutes probably for the future sessions. I feel that there could not have been a better theme for this annual conclave than future of manufacturing and MSME opportunities and challenges. You all are aware the commitment of $5 trillion economy by 2024-25, which is just 5 years to go, and the opportunities which probably the MSME can have. You also must be knowing that out of the 3.1 trillion economy which we are today, about $1 trillion is a share of MSME today, which is almost like 10 lakhs crore. Now, when we say that from 3 to 5 trillion, what is the additional share of MSME is supposed to be? Just to let you know, the commitment of the government is that there should be minimum 2 trillion GDP should be out of MSME, which is additional 10 lakh crore rupee in coming 5 years. I thought that we should at least know the opportunity in quantum so that the session becomes easy to understand. Now, there are two segments of MSME, manufacturing as well as services. So far, the ratio is almost about 7:24, which is close to around 31% of GDP overall. But at the same time, when we become $5 trillion economy, that time the ratio is going to change. And probably the services can improve from 24, 25 to 30, and manufacturing is supposed to be growing from 6 to 7% to minimum 20%. When we say so, it's very clear that out of future 10 lakhs crore, almost 7 lakhs crore will be out of manufacturing MSME alone. So keeping all these things in mind, I will not like to touch upon the challenges because the challenges have been very well covered by the previous speakers like Mr. Sen, Dr. Acharya and all them. But at the same time, one of the challenge which I feel very important is though I say it's my own opinion, inadequate support from the large houses for the MSME. And this session particularly has been called to understand that what is that commitment Tata Steel has already, and I believe all the big corporates are supposed to be having this kind of commitment for the development of the MSME as a partner to their own business. And that is what I think we may not have better speakers than today. Both of them are from Tata Steel, but having two different, the verticals to head. Before I invite them as a speaker, I would also like to say that why steel is so important. I'm not going into the details, but just to give you some hint about it, to build a 1 million ton steel plant, normally the investment is close to about 6,000 crore. Now you also must be knowing the Vision 2030 for the steel by the Government of India. You also know that today the steel capacity is around 140 million and we make around 110, 112 million as a production, which is at the rate of around 20% capacity utilization. To get to the 300 million ton annual capacity by 2030 means by 2025, we should be very close to 180 to 200 million tons annual capacity, which should be close to around 50 million ton additional capacity. And as I told you, 6,000 crore is required to build 1 million ton of steel plant. So 50 additional million ton, you can imagine how much is that. And out of that, 1/3 is practically for the steel structures and the capital equipment. And as you all know, the share of MSME for whether it's a fabrication, the steel structure, or the equipment, capital equipment, normally is around 50%. So that itself gives us additional about 50,000 crores opportunity in steel sector itself for the MSMEs. Apart from that, the maintenance cost of steel plants normally in the order of 4 to 5%, which will call for additional 30,000 crores support from the MSME, which is about 80,000 crores, which is 8% of the additional commitment of about 10 lakhs crore. So with that, I would like to invite one by one, of course, Mr. Sanjay Sahni, who has a very checkered career. Why I say so is that, though I said that he's today in Tata Steel, but he's the person who has experience of automobile also, and the largest automobile of the country, and that is Tata Motors. And apart from that, he is also having a very good exposure of the Tata International, who practically deals with the engineering items as well as some commodity items also. So probably we couldn't have a better speaker than Mr. Sahni. and who is basically a mechanical engineer and having materials management diploma also. So first I invite Mr. Sahni to just share his experience and more focus towards the Tata Steel commitments for encouraging MSME and becoming a partner of all them.